Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I hope you're doing great. The Fed is screwed. How do you like that intro? We're going to talk about the Federal Reserve. We're going to talk about the media has now changed its stance on interest rate hikes. So let's turn this up. I am in the fortress of solitude. No one can find me. Not even the most cunning of tourists. We're going to be talking about how the media has just changed and gone, maybe these high interest rates aren't so bad after all right? And really quick, I don't know if he's here, but I heard a little birdie told me that Neil, our moderator, Neil, he's always here. He's always helping out. It's his birthday. Can you guys do me a favor and just start slamming the comments with happy birthday, Neil? All right, here we go. Where's the story out of CNBC? Why the Fed keeping rates higher for longer may not be such a bad thing. It's so funny because the media was begging forever, like, please lower rates. Please stop the bleeding. Now it's like, well, we got to spin this thing somehow because we're losing views. All right, here we go. It says here, with the economy humming along and the stock market, despite some recent twists and turns, hanging in there pretty well, it's a tough case to sell that higher interest rates are having a substantially negative impact on the economy. So what if policymakers just decide to keep rates where they are for even longer and go through all of 2024 without cutting? What? It says here, it's a question that despite the current conditions, makes Wall Street shudder and Main Street queasy as well. When rates start climbing higher, there has to be an adjustment, said Quincy Crosby, chief global strategist of LPL Financial. The calculus has changed. So the question is, are we going to have issues if rates remain higher for longer? Wow, Quincy. It's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Yes, of course we are. Debt's getting more expensive. As a matter of fact, right now, as of the recording of this video, is Neil in here? Everyone let me know. Is Neil actually here? It's a recording of the video. Dow's down 100 points, and they're saying it's because all these earning calls are saying the same thing. Debt costs are more expensive, and it's impacting the profitability of companies. I guess the ninja was right. Weird. Neil's not here? Oh, that's right. Maybe he's eating some birthday cake. Maybe he's all hungover on birthday cake. Well, wish Neil happy 21st birthday. He's missing it. He's missing out. He says here, Quincy, this smart dude that went to college for all this crap, says when rates start climbing higher, there has to be an adjustment. It's like, hey, Captain Obvious, maybe you should have gotten a degree in reality. The higher for longer stance was not what investors were expecting at the beginning of 2024, but it's what they have to deal with now that inflation is just proved stickier. It's just sticky inflation. Sticky up, log it. Oh, this must be inflation. I can't get my hand off of it. I gotta be honest with you, I'm super pumped because not only is it going to stay higher for longer, regardless of this little Fed fake out they're gonna do so you can get Biden back in, whatever, it's going to get worse, which is gonna mean it's gonna get better. Hey, type 1 if you want interest rates to go higher. And the only reason I'm saying that is because there's some people in the know that understand when rates go higher, things crash bigger. And we want big crash, mundo crash. See, we're going to turn bad news into good news. Recent statements from Fed Chair Jerome Powell, the guy that's screwed more than anyone right now because he's got his back up against a rock, and other policymakers have cemented, okay, just so you know, the news story didn't say all that. I put that in. That's the ninja sarcasm. Other policymakers have cemented the notion that rate cuts aren't coming in the next several months. In fact, there's even been talk about the potential for an additional hike or two ahead if inflation doesn't ease further. Well, good news. Good news for Jerome Powell and the rest of the central bankers. Let's just figure, if I had sunglasses or glasses, I'd be like, okay, let's just tell the truth. The 10-year bond in the bond market's doing it for you because the world's walking away from the bond market and bonds are imploding. All right, I said it. That leaves big questions over when exactly monetary easing will come. Well, good news, everybody here. Type 3 if this gets you pumped. You're here on the Economic Ninja channel. The Ninja's going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you exactly when a sufficient rate lowering cycle is going to happen. It's when everything goes kaboom. It goes to crap. It goes to I can't say those other words, it's a family channel, but my point being is it goes when everything goes bust. And when most of the country can't afford to take out a loan because the banks won't give them one because they've already missed one of their car payments, one of their credit card payments. You see, banks want most of the general public knocked out of the whole crash game. So they wait until 30-day delinquencies rise. Well, they are, but they want them higher. They want unemployment a little higher. They want people not having jobs so they can't go out and speculate in the housing market because they want to buy them all up. This will be the first time in history that we have 1 million people ready for the most epic crash. And when I mean crash, I'm talking about party ever. Now, Crosby said, and some of those answers will come soon as the current earnings season heats up. Corporate, it's just heating up. Look at Tesla's up because they said, oh yeah, we're selling way less cars, but we promise later we're going to sell more. So the corporate officers will provide key details beyond sales and profits, including the impact that interest rates are having on profit margins and consumer behavior. No, I just want to let you know that C-suite execs are all they're doing is covering their behinds and saying, please don't sell our stock. We promise something's going to turn around. The sun will come out tomorrow. I need more coffee. But financial markets, despite a recent 5.5% sell-off for the S&P 500, happy birthday, Neil, have largely held up amid the higher rate landscape. I can't believe this is Neil's birthday. We're saying happy birthday to Neil, and Neil's not here. Neil has literally been on almost every single video ever in the history of the Economic Ninja. I'm not joking. Carlos, back me up. That's what happens when you go live and it's Neil's birthday. I hope Neil is just passed out on the couch with like awesome frosting all over his face because he just ate his whole birthday cake. Happy 21st, Neil. Sorry, let's get back to the news. Now, let's talk about the bona fide brilliant guy, Crosby. Crosby said some of those answers will come soon as the earnings season, right? He says if there's any sense that companies have to start cutting back costs and that leads to labor market trouble, this is the path of a potential problem with rates this high, Crosby said. Well, Crosby, you're not that bright. I don't know if you've been paying attention or you've been living under a rock, Crosby, but you decided, okay, now I'm going to come out for my news debut and I'm going to say everything that's been going on for the last year. And that is that companies are losing miserably. They're laying people off, they're selling less crap, and their borrowing costs got expensive. Well, geez-o, why do we listen to the mainstream media? Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I just get super pumped. The Federal Reserve is only going to do a head fake with its Fed funds rate. You'll see it this year. It will do nothing to mortgage rates. It will do nothing to borrowing costs because the 10-year is going to keep running up. Borrowing costs are going to get expensive, and banks are going to keep pulling back on the available credit that they give out to people because they're scared crapless, because they don't have Papa Fed there to bail them out, because the Fed repo window's just closing and closing and closing. That's how it works. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a dude with a brohawk and a dream. Hope you guys got something out of this. Happy birthday, Neil. The Economic Ninja is out.